And welcome. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, whichever way it is, up from down, left to right. However you doing, I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing better than me anyway. Um, my blood clots are clearing up slowly, but they are clearing up. And this cold or whatever that was giving my throat havoc yesterday is subsiding. So I can talk more now. We're gonna do some Scorpio runs. And I want to check something out too. Let's see, we're gonna do Scorpio runs. We're gonna get some good practice in and shoot for S rate. Mm. After popping her 4381. I know this has the Festas, like this has to relate to Festa, right? In some way. 4381. Is this Festas like racing numbers or stable number? Like what? I don't know, maybe stable, then favorite race number. I don't know. I don't know. But I am curious to figure out what that is. But last stream, if you watched, it was a solid stream. But we did get yeah, we got Festa, which is nice. I like her. And we got her off a single pull using the pink the pink pull cards. We didn't do a 10 pull and pull that. This was my second pink transfer card. And then this one right here was the third one. So now we got Curran, we got Foster. I picked her up last week, Buteki. And then we're starting to get to the point where we're maxing out the SR and SSR cards that we use on a regular basis, which is always really good. Although I wish I could max out this Falcon card. That'd be awesome. But we'll see here about next week what happens there. So I did a little digging on the guide, and it's like um Bakushin's little helpful guide right here on the homepage, down here in the corner. Not you, damn it. Hold on, let's wait for it to pop up. It'll pop up in a second. Right there, Bakushin's advice. Pop that. It takes us over to YouTube. You guys can't see it, but I am looking at it. Let's see. Support cards advice. Choosing support cards. Don't want to fail training. Mood is key. Choosing a race. And then running style. Last person skills and inspiration. Because I'm trying to figure out why I can't make S ranks, right? And why it's so hard for me to make A plus ranks. So with these 7 episodes, what I did was I have watched. Um, Matter of fact, let's just watch them. Here, let's watch them. Let's watch them together, right? Because if I could help anybody, it would be my viewers. Um, Let's see. Let's swap over real quick to my YouTube. Boom. Right? Y'all see what I see? And let's go start from the top.
Download Arkanites now to receive.
Okay. I don't know what content. I don't know what content that is, but all right.
Tons of rewards. New players enjoy a free 10 roll with a guaranteed 6-star operator. Plus, use the gifted voucher to obtain a 5-star operator of your choice.
爆心爆心爆心桜爆心王の爆心お悩み相談爆心爆心皆さん大変お待たせしました。頼れる学級委員長桜爆心王が今参りましたよ。実は先ほど委員長にもわかるウマ娘育成という素晴らしい本をそこら辺で拾ったのです。これさえあれば皆さんからのご相談もズバッと爆心解決ですね。なんといっても私学級委員長ですから。あれはスペシャルウィークさん。爆心王さん、こちらでお悩みを相談できるって聞いたんですが。はい、この委員長にお任せあれです。ありがとうございます。実は私もっともっと効果的にトレーニングをして強くなりたいんです。爆心模範アンサー。最初はサポートがいるトレーニングを選択し一緒にトレーニングすることが大事です。一緒にトレーニングすることで絆ゲージが上がっていき、絆ゲージがオレンジになると友情トレーニングが発生します。別のサポートカードの絆ゲージもオレンジまで上げられるようにみんなとトレーニングしていきましょう。ちなみに友人サポートカード、理事長、記者の3つはゲージがオレンジになっても友情トレーニングは発生しないので注意です。またサポートカードにどんなサポート効果がついているのかとイベント発生でどんなスキルのヒントが得られるのかを事前にしっかり確認しておきましょう。爆心王さん
What?
と書いてありましたが、まあ何のことやらよくわかりませんね。はっはっは。爆心的にまとめますと、とにかく皆さんと一緒にトレーニングをすればよいということでしょう。そうと決まればこうしてはいられません。
All right. Let's do choosing support cards.
爆心爆心爆心桜爆心王の爆心お悩み相談。うおー爆心爆心待ってください。まだ相談したいことが。どなたをサポートにお誘いすればいいのか迷っちゃうんです。爆なんですと爆心サポートカードにはそれぞれタイプがあり、持っているタイプのトレーニングで友情トレーニングが発生します。友情トレーニングが複数発生するようタイプをまとめると効果的です。最初のうちはサポートカードをスピードタイプとパワータイプの2種類で編成してみましょ
う。Is this for Bakushin? Or is he building this for silent? Not silent. For special week. Is this special weeks build? This has to be special weeks build because Bakushin runs pace. I mean, that's a pace card. That's not not pace, not pace, and definitely not pace. So this is all late surger. So it is for her. Okay. So she chose. Well, the creators of the game say you should choose Dober or King Halo. That's not Dober. That's Halo. Where's that Dober? Is that Dober or Halo? Why do Dober and Halo have to look alike? Anyways, Instant Flash and Tail. I don't have that Tail. I don't even know what that card does. But I do have her. I definitely got her, and I do have Vodka as well. SSR card versions, except for her. I like her SR version, so I just kept her. I didn't pull for the SSR version of her way back then.
桜爆心王の爆心お悩み相談。 サポートカードにはそれぞれタイプがあり、持っているタイプのトレーニングで友情トレーニングが発生します。友情トレーニングが複数発生するようタイプをまとめると効果的です。最初のうちはサポートカードをスピードタイプとパワータイプの2種類で編成してみましょう。スピードを伸ばすと最高速度が、パワーを伸ばすと加速力が鍛えられます。またどのスキルヒントが得られるかにも注目して編成を行いましょう。スキルは客室に合ったものを選ぶことが大切。例えば客室差しであれば差し切り耐性などのスキルを持ったカードがおすすめです。と書いてありますが、
So we already do that.
はて、
爆心王さん、大丈夫ですか？
いつでも大丈夫な委員長ですとも。ひとまずこれでトレーニングの準備は整いましたね。
はい、そうですね。これまで以上に強くなれちゃいそうです。
その意気やよし。では早速ご一緒に爆心爆心。
またこの展開。
爆心爆心爆心。
Then, inspiration, because I am here.
If I showed you my poker face, I would be giving
know
you
good is
all my
important.
cards.
Because with a bad
In
mood or a normal
Albion, no
mood,
matter
then
where you
it's
go or
focused
what you
training,
do, your
then
mouth
it's
will
like
accompany you on your journey. Perhaps you'll pick the option.
爆心爆心爆心。桜爆心王の爆心お悩み相談。
爆心王さん？なんかいつになく真面目な顔だけど。
一体どうなさったのです？皆さん、今日集まっていただいたのは他でもありません。実は以前拾ったこの本の最後に私たちの思いについて書かれていたのです。
思い？
これが最後になるのかもしれません。爆心模範アンサー。私たちウマ娘はトレーナーさんと過ごした大切な3年間の思いを因子として次に育成するウマ娘に継承できるのです。では引き継げる因子の一部をご紹介しましょう。まずは能力アップの因子。
Did you see that special? How was that special week a B rank with 1200? Y'all see that, right? I'm not tripping, right? Y'all do see that. That mug said special week is B rank. He said special week is B rank. Like 6,500 with 1,200 max stats all the way across the board. Yeah, something ain't right here. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Finals champion. That's the only epitaph. Bro.
まずは能力アップの因子。青色で示されるこの因子は種類に応じてスピードやスタミナなどの基礎能力が上がります。最初は効果が高いものを選んでいきましょう。続きまして適性アップの因子です。ピンク色で示されるこの因子は馬場、距離、客室の3種類があり、それぞれの適性ランクを上げることができます。適性ランクが A だった場合、毎年4月に発生する継承イベントで S に上がる可能性があるので注目です。スキルの因子は緑色の固有スキルと白色のノーマルスキルの2種類。どちらもスキルのヒントが得られる因子です。たくさんの因子を持っているウマ娘から思いを引き継ぐことが重要と覚えておきましょう。つまりですね、お分かりですか？皆さんから思いを引き継ぐこと。
So basically, you want to choose Umas that have a lot of sparks, or a lot of skill sparks to give away. Okay. All right. I bet we got it now. I think we got it now with Bakushi. All right. Let's switch back to the game. Let's go do some. Let's go do an advice run. Advice from Bakushi says that this should work. That's what it says. Now, will it work? Will it work? That's the question. Right? So that's what we're here to find out. Will it work? Honestly, Not 100% sure that it's gonna work out that way, but we gonna do it though. Because I will say the creators straight up lied though about her stats. There's no way.
お、ミッションクリア？やるじゃん。あんたそういうところちゃっかりしてるよね。
Now I can see a B at like 600 on all the stats
カレンダーアップした瞬間
if you don't have any skills, you know?
地元のみんなも見てくれたんか。イベントミッションはこちらでガス。
Alright.
何から始めればいいべ。地元のみんなも見てくれた。
261, holy crap.
行くぞ。行くぞ。 行くぞ。
One turn. Completing
ミッ
this
ション
part
クリア？
after this one.
やるじゃん。
I
あん
guess.
たそういうところちゃっかりして。
Oh, and I did pull Kita-san Black too. Speaking of which, do another support card pull. Tosin. I'm waiting. Not on her, but I'm waiting. I have Kieran already. Really, no flips? Wow. Very short, don't know what to do. Yeah.
最強不屈の馬娘爽快帝王だよ。はい、日本のブルボンです。
Hi. I want to make you better. So we're gonna do a front runner. Wait. No. I want to do 3 power, 3 speed. We'll do a pace chaser. Come here, Gary Cap. Alright. We need as many as we can get. And pace. But I'm not gonna leave an alert surger. 3-star pace, 2-star, 2-star, 2-star 1, 2-star, 2-star 1, 2-star, 2-star 1, 2-1-1. Click on it. Pace chaser, long, pace chaser, pace chaser. Okay, limo navigator, corner depth. Okay, use her. And then I am going to use a borrowed. That's a nice borrow. 3-star stamp, 3-star medium, which is what we're going to need for this upcoming scene. And I could use her ult pretty easily as a pace chaser as well. So with that being said, we're going to go 3 power, 3 speed. I wonder if I go up here and I put power in, right? That's not as good as what I had before. I have to go to mild pace. Mild pace. Alright. We can go pace. It's better than mine, so I'll take it. Hmm. That's what they told me to do. That's what we're gonna do. Just see what happens. To me, it just don't seem like it's gonna work. We'll see.
さあいよいよ始まりました青春杯。トレセン学園主催のチーム対抗戦。自身の実力以上にチーム力が試されます。
学園の危機を我々が救わねば。それってうららたちがヒーローになるってこと？ライスにできるかな？私たちならできます。力を合わせてファイト。
No.
へえ。つくづく同感。
あなたたちに私のチームが倒せますか？
青春杯輝けチームの絆。
Mm-hmm. We must get balls in our events. Sort your own dance.
力が湧いてくる。衣装に似合う走りを見せたいんだ。今日もトレーニングよろしく頼む。
First thing I'm gonna do is enhance the move for this first turn. And hopefully we don't get any mood downs throughout the run.
トレーニングの準備はできてるさ。
And generally,
いつでも大丈夫だ。
if you don't get any mood downs, your character build will go a lot better.
ど
So,
こに行くんだ？
appreciation. We didn't get the karaoke night, which is fine.
今日はいい。見ていてくれ。東京のみんなに喜んでもらえるようこれ。よし、やろう。
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh. Oh.
ストレッチをしておいた。勉強だな。東京のみんなに喜んでもらえるようこれからも。任せてくれ。
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a,
今日はいい気分だ。どんどんトレーニングをしよう。よし、やろう。
later here.
If you're someone who wants my movie reviews and are confused as to what this is, please don't click off this video under any circumstance. I want to thank all of you for the burden that was given to this project. But unfortunately, my video was struck down unfairly by Moldy, an infamous Japanese copyright abuser. And now I have to re-upload a more neutered version of it. If you're someone who has already seen my video, please keep this tab open. Mute it if you don't feel like watching it again. Just let it play. And once it's done, you can leave a comment and like as you did previously. As someone who has spent too long working on this video, I cannot afford to let it fail and lose all traction, especially at my channel size. If you want me to keep making videos like this one, please follow as a squad. And if you're new here, you can ignore the previous message. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies, gentlemen, and all you beautiful people in between, my name is Nick Slater, and welcome back to the Umamasume Breakdown series, where I go over every single piece of Umamasume media, to not only rank them, but go over all the hidden references, secrets, gimmicks, and compare the races to their real-life counterparts. Links to the playlist will be in the description. Today we're here to cover the Umamasume movies, Road to the Top and its sequel, Beginning of a New Era. So let's dive right in. Road to the Top premiered on April 2023 as a 4-episode original web animation and released on the Packatube channel, and is fully available to watch for free here on YouTube, subtitles included. I'll in fact leave a link in the description for you to watch it. However, a month later in May, a compilation movie was released, combining all 4 episodes into a seamless experience. Seeing as I need a theme for this video, it is what I'll be using as a basis. And it starts off by showing us the Statue of Liberty. As for the Moai statues of Season 3, this isn't the one from New York, but it's actually a replica located in Tokyo, taking into consideration that the start of this movie takes place in 1999. This specific replica is the one from Ilo City, and was given by the French to the Japanese for a temporary period spanning from April 1998 to May 1999. Because of its popularity, however, a smaller statue was built on the same spot in the year 2000. Looking closely at the stone tablet, it reads February 24, 2021, the release date of the Umamasume game. We jump straight into the 1999 Yayoi show, and
Whoa, back it up there, Chauncey.
who is this? Where my green woman at? Where's Misato? Yeah, so, in these 2 movies, Misato Akasaka is replaced by Nana Ishimoto. I have no idea who this is. Her name isn't even a part. Surprising, since the series up until this point has had a very consistent record of having Akasaka be the main announcer, and she'll return to her role as an actress.
Scheduled for late this year.
My complex for the voice actors or something. And damn, the animation is a massive step up compared to the main series. This isn't simply a difference of TV anime to an OBL movie. This is next level, and the reason is that from Road to the Top and onwards, Side Games will handle all animation in-house. Basically, this is that sweet gotcha money coming into play. Not only is the animation affected by this, but the direction of the races themselves. We're introduced to 2 of our central protagonists, Agmar Vega and the race winner, Narita Topro, whom I'll be referring to by their respective nicknames, Ayabe and NTR. You know what? Maybe not. No results, and it displays the race courses for Nakayama, Tokyo, and Kyoto, the courses in which the 3 classic races are held. Topro is training, and we're shown that she struggles with turning corners. This is reflective of the real-life horse's racing style. One thing about this scene I noticed was that in the movie version it was missing the music. Here, compare it to the YouTube version. This happens sparsely in the movie release, but it isn't very intrusive, as the music comes back in the next scene. Top Road is the class president, and seems pretty diligent in helping her classmates. This is reflective of her real-life jockey, Kunihiko Watanabe, who was the head of the Jockey's Dormitory and Region Training Center. Top Road doesn't realize that she was injured, until Ayabe points it out. The real Top Road was in fact very oblivious to his own injuries. even at times suffering minor dislocations, which he fixed back himself somehow. We see Top Road's trainer, Okita, having a flashback, where we actually get to see Top Road's biological father, and his face isn't obscured at all, something that the series usually tries to hide from family members of the Horse Girls. We're introduced to Tiamo Pro right after she wins the 1999 Mainichi High, and we're shown that seemingly she didn't believe that she'd win. I mentioned this in my Horse Lore Part 1 video. Tiamo Pro in Umamasume is based on the real-life jockey Ryuji Wada. However, I vastly underestimated by how much this was the case. Tiamo Pro's entire personality and appearance is based on Ryuji Wada. Wada was still a new jockey at the time. They never anticipated that he would find success, especially not as early as he did with Pro. Her confident attitude hiding a hard-working interior was a reflective of this. It was at times that people thought that Wada was bigger than they being carried by Pro, seeing as after the horse's retirement, it would take Wada a long time to gain another G1 victory. We also see Pro training alongside Meishidono. There's so much for me to say about Meishidono and his relationship with Pro. I'd gladly save it for a separate video. However, it should be noted that Meishidono is an Irish horse, and thus he was not allowed to participate in the classic races at the time. Pro was on the verge of missing that chance as well, if it had not been for the Ogre Camp Rule, which allows horses to be registered for the classic races late, if they pay an additional fee. And Pro was the first horse to race in the classics using this rule, as Pro was injured at the time. His team didn't expect him to be able to compete. However, they were advised to do so once Ogre Camp's trainer stepped in. Because of this, it seems that Pro looks up to Ogre Camp and approaches her during lunch. She seems to hold a great deal of respect towards her, as Ryuji Wada wanted to become a jockey, specifically because he had seen Ogre Camp's races. Ogre Camp will continue to appear in the background and spectate Pro's racing. She will also be seen next to Meishidono, as they're both friends of Pro, and the real-life counterparts couldn't compete in the classics. Ayabe is shown with her roommate, Kurin-chan, as Ayabe leaves. Sad music plays. Once again, this sprag is absent from the movie version. However, this time it definitely makes up the pacing, as Kurin-chan spends an awkwardly long time staring at the camera. He goes right away with that music, which comes back immediately in 15 seconds. Strange choice right there. Our three main characters finally come face to face in the 1999 Satsuki show. It's noteworthy that the rivalry between Pro and Top Rope
come on.
Two jockeys, Watanabe and Wada, were both lifelong childhood friends. Shodono was shown spectating the race. An impossibility, as he was running in a different race at this time. We're shown that only 17 girls are racing. The 18th racer, Wonderfag, was pulled from the race after he had injured himself on the first day, despite rain being a really unfavorable condition for him. Top Road has a promise to fulfill, but unfortunately, Pro has got horrified, and so she obliterates the competition. After her defeat, Empire Vegas states that she was in poor condition leading up to the race, which was the official reasoning given by his real-life trainer for his performance. Something that always affected Empire's biggest running condition is that he was born with an inherited genetic defect that made his legs get inward, which caused issues in his career. Pro agrees with Meishidono and tells Dono that one day shall bask in the spotlight, as Dono will be the first horse to defeat Pro after his 6 G1 victory streak. Kurin-chan discovers that Ayabe went out camping. In the corner, we see an Irish Oyama brand, high-power single nozzle, FKH1 futon dryer. I know you're already start-facing by this point, but it gets better. 2 weeks after the airing of the episode, Irish Oyama actually sent one of these to Tomi Sasaki on Bar Vegas Sports Center. I think it's time to talk about Ayame's sister. She's mentioned her a couple times, but it's here where we get to see the significance of this character. Ayame lets the audience know that she had an unborn twin sister, and that only one of them would get to survive, and that it was merely by chance that she was the one that ended up doing so. This is not how it went down. Killing Empire Vegas' brother was an active choice by the owners, as twins were seen as weak and unfit for racing, due to the chance that they would come out underdeveloped or cause issues for the mother. And so, Empire Vegas was the survivor out of the two, and was made this left her with a bit of a complex. And she has to win for the sake of her sister. And also gave her schizophrenia or something because she kept slow, and Force 2 comes and starts talking to the air. Like to breathe! The arena Top Road is seen walking through the neighborhood market, and many of the people there show their sport, and they kind of look like there's some basis to this. No matter how poorly Top Road performed, he would always see massive amounts of support, and consistently placed within the top 5 favorites in ranking. This is due to the fact he was a very good-looking horse, and was seen as majestic to the comparatively ugly horses he was surrounded with, such as TM Opera O, who was so ugly that spectators would actually throw rocks at him, causing a lifelong ban from visits. So when Opera O shows up and tells Top Road and Ayame that they should be rivals, Ayame's all like, I'm nothing like y'all. Why not do a compliment, man? It's the 1999 Japanese survey. Before entering the game, Opera gives a dramatic speech to her fellow racers. Something Ryujiwara would do to ease his nerves before a race. Nautical Tool, as standard for Northern Captain, falls behind due to a late start. Rice Shower states that overall is a good mark for Top Road to follow, something to be expected, as Rice Shower's entire career was revolved around choosing a good mark. Unfortunately for Top Road, overall would screw too early, making her do the same.
The wind is blowing so hard.
Japanese survey, 2 weeks in a row.
When is the Meyer Baker dropping?
666. Spot for the race had a practice time of 66.6 seconds, and this was the 66th Japanese Derby, and it was also held on 6-6. Do what you will with this information. Top Road's crying face was drawn after for 4 seconds. The reason she cries is because Fumihiko Watanabe also cried after this race, as he did everything right, and Yutaka did everything better. Okita said, she's done.
Yeah.
Which is what Top Road's trainer said to Watanabe after the race. For some reason, Amar Vega feels bad about winning, believing that she had abandoned her sister by enjoying the moment. And it's summer camp. Okita's trying to get Top Road to relax after her loss. Everyone else is having fun, but Ayame is being Kuren-chan, forcing her to drop her iPhone. Actually, no. If it was an iPhone, it would have shattered to a million pieces by now. What kind of phone is that? Boost Mobile? Top Road takes it fast and hey, yo! Top Road meets up with Aurora, who is sporting Karen fan merch.
少し疲れがあるみたいだ。
That flip had no
How did
significance.
it run? How did it run? How did it run?
She does show us that Ayame is still training well past midnight, still haunted by her dead sister. Overall's appearance with the sunglasses is based on this picture of Ryujiwara, and when she was cosplaying Tsuyoshi Shinjo, after he had lost a bet on the New Year's party. When Gono was looking for a handkerchief, she tosses out a statue of a Tanuki, a reference to Gono befriending a Tanuki, which took refuge in his stable during a winter. Okita helps Top Road recover from her turmoil, from coaching for kids to giving her the talk. Hosting a party, and this tariff merchant shows up again. I don't know why he looks like that, but this feels like something I should know the answer to. The ghost of Ayame's sister appears. Before anything, I gotta ask. I understand that they're trying to show her feet bent inward like Ayame's real-life handicap, but come on, man! She very ominously tells Ayame that she's gonna break her leg after the Giga show. Ayame breaks into a laughing fit. Gone cuckoo, as they say. But let's take a look at the skies for a moment. As this is summer camp, we actually see the summer triangle constellation is above her, which is comprised of Altair, Denham, and Vega, which admires Vega's mother, and by extension himself, were named after. And Chinese folklore, Altair and Vega are the stars representing the cowherd and the weaver girl, romantic lovers that got separated by the Milky Way. In a way, it could symbolize the separation of Ayame and her sister. We showed Top Road losing to Ayame at an unnamed G2 race. This is the 1999 Kyoto Shimbun High, which at the time was a race taking place right after summer. However, it's likely not mentioned by name, as it has been moved to spring. So to avoid confusion, they refrain from name-dropping it. You may be wondering where Team Opera O is at this time. Well, we actually did see what she was doing. If you remember back in my Season 1 review, she was at the Kyoto Daishoten, when she tried to chase after Special League, not realizing that she had gained weight and was about to blunder that entire race. After their duel, Top Road approaches Ayame, whose eyes glow blue like Sans Undertale. Usually at Baymark, of course, is jockeyed by Hitoshi Matoa. However, this is not the case. As from debut to retirement, Admire Vega was jockeyed by Yutaka Take. The title for this episode is One Green, a reference to the slogan on Top Ro's poster. Top Ro approaches Top Ro, and they sit down to have a chat together. During which we get a cameo from Akiseki on Manhattan Cafe, the winners of the Suzuki Show and Kika Show respectively. This not only acts as foreshadowing for the reporters in the sequel movie, but also the fact that they currently mirror Opera over to Top Ro. Top Ro approaches Ayame, with Ayame hesitant to direct because, as she puts it, whenever she gets close to someone, she starts losing sight of the star. Another piece of evidence hinting to the constellation theory. Despite Top Ro's efforts, Ayame still insists on rejecting her as a rival, which is why she tenses up when she meets her gaze before the race, prompting Top Ro to do the funniest thing possible. Some confusion and misinformation surrounds the scene. Quite understandable, as considering their relationship, you would assume this is something that happened between Wada and Watanabe. But actually, it was Masumi Bright's jockey, Hirofumi Shi, who slapped Watanabe's ass. As the girls are entering the gates, the 3D models are in low resolution and are flickering in such an ugly way. It wasn't corrected in the movie version either. It's the first time I've seen something like this, where it feels like whoever rendered this had a pretty outdated graphics run. You could spot Angus Digital making an extremely minor cameo. Once again, it'd be impossible for her to actually be here, as Digital was in fact in a different race at the time. But the reason she's here is because Agnes Digital will later face off against and defeat Team Opera O. During the race, there were no frontrunners, which gave Top Rope the opportunity to set the pace, making it very slow. Ryuji Wada was too focused on Admire Vega. Unbeknownst to him, though, Admire Vega's health was failing and started falling behind. In the anime, we see Ayame's sister one last time, who tells her that she should just have fun racing and not worry about her anymore, allowing Ayame to intuitively accept Top Rope's friendship and continue racing. Yeah. A bit late for that, mate. She's gonna retire after this. Wada's focused on Admire Vega, letting Team Opera sprinting way too late into the race, and ultimately losing to Top Rope. This actually got into massive argument with the owner, who demanded Wada to be replaced. This was protested by Opera's trainer, and thankfully, Wada continued to jockey for Opera. Three Golden Generation girls make a cameo, while King Halo and Special League look shocked. Seared Sky is smiling. This is because she had won this exact race the year prior. The arena Top Rope takes the win as Okina Nate draws the title. Absolute cinema. And once again, this is a reference to the same GRA posting. Top Rope raises her fist in the air, just as Watanabe did. For both him and his horse, this is the first and last you want the title that they'll get in their lifetime. Fun fact, both him and Opera were in the same arena team back in season 1, where Bryce Wonder defeated Special League. Make sure that she won that race alongside her, hinting at her appearance in the next movie. Okay, Camp offers her some more fried shrimp. She pulls out 8 sticks in that, which is the number of victories overall will achieve in the year 2000. I don't mention translation differences much, but this one was panic. Correct, Jan posts Winston. Meanwhile, the subtitles localized in this Umamasume. Why did Palmer change something like this? We get the finale winning line, and this thing is alive. As Rabbit Builder, and stand-in for Rascal Suzuka, plays 3rd, and Ayame plays 6th. This is a scam! The Uma viewing that censored at the end credits is actually sung by our main characters this time. In the Printed Derby series, it was just generic souls of the damned speaking over each other. And that's the end of the road for Road to the Top. Gotta say, it's absolutely a step up from Season 3. Well, it actually came after 4, so technically, Season 3 is the step down. But regardless, this one was really fun. I find the story to be good, and the readers are much more like the protagonist than Venus of Light, Special Week, especially so because it doesn't let you take away the spotlight from Ayame or Opera O, despite clearly being the main focus. Both are in great role here. Doing your absolute best, and it still holds it simply because there's only someone outright better than you. It's a reality for many aspects. And I feel like this story handled it in a way that drove the message home, without pushing it too much or meandering on anything unimportant. Snowhorn also displays a much more tasteful usage of the whole thing.
We're going as a team, but I don't like losing.
successful. And to back it up until the last episode, Top Rod was an actual loser. Unlike the 7-1 winner, Gibbons and Black. And her trainer was someone who generally feel cares for her on a deeper level. Rather than simply being someone that just wants her to succeed. It felt like a genuinely comforting figure to have around. I admire Megan was interesting. Now had the greatest trajectory out of the three main characters. Her storyline had a really good first half in my opinion, but after she wins the derby, it got sort of confusing at points. It felt like she was a character who suffered from not having her own trainer. Someone she can bounce off of and really show how her mental spiral is taking control of her relationships. The closest we get from this is current Jen, but she's just her roommate, and we never really see them interact too much or have full conversation together. And just being someone's roommate was never made out to be a big deal with this franchise so far. Despite my overall
Speed and power.
The next stage was a winning line, but I thought that was more for Oprah than Naomi. Speaking of Oprah, this one had the smallest amount of screen time.
Rest first. Put us in great mood. And then we'll do 3 trainings. Yeah. I wish summer was 5 weeks, but you know, it is what it is. Right? And did the power training, the power's gonna give me more stamp training than the stamp training gave me. So I'm gonna take that. Team rank is really good right now. I know a lot of people's gonna try to tell you, you know, train the train the things you're not gonna train the rest of the year. And I say why. If you go ahead and train them now, you don't have to train them so much later on, which is way better. in my personal opinion, after doing both strategies.
This will also be more plot summary than anything, since I'm sure nobody else on the planet actually listened to this thing. So bear with me. Again, the store's turn. Starts off in the 2000s and there was a Kikina. It's they showed Ono Team Alpha O's first race against one another. Rapid Builders once again mentioned by name, and Grass Wonder was present in the race as well. Now, Umamasume
I'm gonna rest with 4 turns. Give us 3 training turns.
This was Ono's 4th consecutive win of the year, and his 3rd G1 victory. When it comes to admire Pega Marie the top row, Naomi remarks that she was supposed to retire after the Kika show. However, Top Row is currently helping her go through rehab. She mentions that if she hadn't gone through what she had gone through, she would have lapsed into a depressive state by now. But that no longer seems to be the case. The two discuss the current state of things. As Mishudono and Opero seem to have reached their peak, Opero has not scored a single victory this year. And full recovery for Ayami. The long way still. As laughing is heard in the distance, both Dono and Opero group up with Topro and Ayami, and the four start training together. Opero gives praise to her friends, and Dono starts feeling insecure, as she feels that not running in the classics means that she doesn't belong to be with them. And when Opero is about to comfort her, it's actually Ayami that interjects, and reassures Dono that she's proved herself not only a competent racer, but a good friend as well. Off in the distance, Agnes Tachyon discusses Ayami's recovery with Manhattan Cafe. She also seems to be pushing on learning more of Cafe's friend. Cafe doesn't budge, and seemingly regrets ever telling Tachyon about her. Topro and Ayami make it back to the dorm. You run into the dorm head, Fujiki Seki, and
Get some skills.
Dogglefun, who was very excited to meet Ayami for the first time, and who has fun to describe her spurt in the derby as, and I quote, totally fucking crazy. It seems that Poke really looks up to Ayami, and tells her that she wants to become just like her and win the Japanese derby. Either out of jealousy or
Mind.
Jugglefun off for spanking after that. Huge amounts of fury being coming.
Stay away, Dan.
Ayami and Topro eat lunch together. Their conversation takes somewhat of an intimate turn, as Topro tells Ayami how much she loves to run with her, and Ayami thinks to herself that Topro is the only reason that she's
We
still
don't
running
need
in the first place.
we don't
At the end of
need
the episode, Ayami speaks
Suya
to her
Maestro
about
for what we're doing. I mean, I could have obviously I could have used Swimming Maestro instead of Grimmon, but we're running the pace chaser, so Grimmon for this run. Might try to get Taiki shot. You know, I will. I'll do it next. I'll get two medium S rank, medium S's, S sparks, and turn her into a medium racer.
Alright, welcome.
I
Today,
take 30,
I popped on my
30
friend's
on the
account.
training
This
for
is my
Stam.
normal account. He is fully free to play, so doesn't spend any money on the game. Kind of weird, I won't lie, in my opinion. But yeah, this is my friend's free-to-play account. He's let me borrow it for this video, and I'm gonna
That's
try
not
to
a
get
free play
everything.
account. There's no way
I
that's a
think
free to play
his
account.
highest
He's got
is
10,000
pretty good,
carats
so pretty close. But should be able
at this point,
hoping
and a
get
whole
him
bunch of characters and
first S
cards
rank.
with like Taiki
Depending on
Shuttle
his
and stuff like
PRA
that.
zone.
There's no
I
way that's
think
a free to play account.
obviously Taiki is like really good
People need to
for
stop lying about
just
their accounts.
shooting
Um,
balls. So I wouldn't mind trying that. See if
and the reason I say that is because I don't know how many pools you can get free to play versus, buying some carrots every now and again. But if you buy carrots every now and again, that does not mean you're free to play.
11% cheaper than the official store, and if you're a new user, you can get an extra 10% off or a total of 21% off. Same amount of carrots cost me $69.99, but on Lootbar I only spent $54.70. With a 4.9 score on Trustpilot and tens of thousands of happy reviews, Lootbar is a trusted choice to buy from. If you want to start saving on carrots today, click the link in the description to sign up. If you are in a similar position to my friend at least, where you have like some very decent cards, you should be able to S rank like fairly easily with a bit
BCB,
of luck. But
CC.
here we're just going to take as much power as we can. I don't know what's up with
We can make it work.
auras. I'm gonna make do with that. So yeah, these are
Yeah,
the
that sounds
cards
right.
that we'll use. That's a crazy one. But yeah, let's get started. I think for Taiki she has like 20% in speed, so we might be able to get away with doing 2 speed.
So we did get our 3
2LB Pico
wins.
isn't actually that bad. It's just the initial friendship, so we might actually
I lost
try
to
that.
Mesro.
Not
Of course I lose
bad
to
that he has
Mesro,
that.
bro.
Oh, actually, okay. I see someone with MLB Pico. We can probably
The
sneak another
Stam
win
Queen over
card.
there.
It's not too important. Nice Nature win card is actually really Nature Dover one. I'm gonna level up his Agnes Tachyon, because this is a really nice card, especially at MLB. He doesn't have anyone else as a good alternative. He does have 2LB Fine Motion, but she doesn't have a mood effect. So I think this is more ideal. Obviously 3LB Kita, very fortunate. I won't use his TP because he hasn't told me that he wants that. So let's just get started. This ideally should be getting a lot of the energy back from the with training. And so especially if you are doing certain rank runs, or rating runs, I should say, it's important to note that you can't really have both a good Uma and have a specific rating run. In this case, in the end, I don't think it'll be a very good
Nice.
trialer
Got
if
the
we do
carrot
S
cake.
rank, just because we are solely going to
Oh, we hit
focus on
A
getting
real
the
early.
highest
Usually
rating
we don't hit
possible,
A
which
until
means
like
that we do have
June
to subsidize
or
some
July.
parts
Like we don't hit A
of
until usually until
the build.
summer.
This one
That's
here, I do need Riku to complete. But this also can be you
Swiss the
guys,
biscuit.
or you guys
Yo,
can
snow
really get S
metabolism,
ranks. We
nice.
can only specifically make S rings, given you have a decent enough deck. At this point in the game, it is still dependent on cards very heavily, and you need to pull cards,
Train power
really.
again.
But not only just pull cards, pull good cards, and we'll take this one for Rico, and nothing decent, so we're just going to rest
I
again.
got 2
If that being
G1
said,
races, so
you
what I'm
need
gonna do
decent
is
cards. A lot of
the
people
February
do like to
stakes, and then
pull
we're gonna come
the
down
bigger
here,
bonus. I
and
don't
we're
see an
going to
issue with that,
do
but
the
can't
Hashi.
really expect
Okay.
high rank runs if you are just pulling Uber banners, because star ratings or star levels for Ubers do very little. They really don't matter that much compared to getting MLB cards, for example. But we win that easily, and while Sunday gives us a little bit of stats, continue this pretty nice training, and we do get Rico early, so that is great. We'll get a little bit extra stats with that. So I'll take this here. We may as well get the Indy Cup training out of the way, and we will take the stamina. We should ideally get speed to max, but that is very RNG dependent. But these sorts of runs, especially if you're free to play, if you spend money, you should be fine.
Yeah.
In these sorts of runs,
How?
where you're free to play, your deck isn't
Bro.
fully MLB. It is pretty
How?
RNG whether or not you get
How we come to
max
5th,
speed
bro?
just because.
That's
Even if
just
it's hit a solid and it's still up to RNG, like
okay.
most of the things in the game. So we'll take this option here. A good baseline to go for runs at least, is to see what time you get your first level 4 training facility. You should ideally be getting it no later than 1st January. I will take the power here. You should ideally not be getting it no later than that. 1st January on senior year, I should add. I would like to take
Should have
that.
no problem with that
Actually,
race.
I will. I won't be greedy.
Let's see about this
We
one.
should just take the best, even though it's not.
I shouldn't have had no
ideal.
problem with
The
that
win
that
doesn't have
freaking
20% on it.
mile
But
dirt
first
race,
is
bro.
still
That should have been easy.
not
Look at
too
this.
bad of an idea.
That should have
So
been
we take the big go.
in the bag. But we out of pocket today.
Little rainbow and eco. So yes, in this video I will actually be showing off my skill calculator that I've made. I think it comes in handy in these specific cases where you want to get a high rating if you're going for your first A plus, your first S, or your first S plus even, and you aren't caring about the final build in the end. But then we do draw one
Rush.
later on at the skill
I could have
test.
something to
I
do with it.
will show it off.
We'll
It
find
is a
out.
little project I have worked on in my spare time, and
She does have a
background.
built-in
Useful on mobile,
healing
and
Gramon,
nothing
so
really active about that. But we win this easily. We do get a level up, so that's pretty nice. And I'm hoping that we can get some nice trainings on speed coming through, because we do need. I'm not going to take the burst. We do need to get that facility up, and we're going to take this. Even though I said that, we do need cup trainings also, and I guess this is just better. You're gonna find a good balance of.
I still can't tell the difference between fatigue and endurance. Like, why wouldn't the fatigue affect your endurance? Like,
But then we get a good amount of power, a bit of stamina, and we will take this burst and power, and Tachyon should get the bot up in the next 2. So that will be nice. Even though
there she goes,
nothing
using
that
that
we can
power
actually hit nicely, so I'm just
all the way on the outside.
we're going to
That was Scarlet up against the fence. Right in the rail. 2 furlongs to go. 1 furlong. 40 feet.
Where it exponentially increase the closer you get to the 600 stat, and then the second is the closer you get to the 1200 stat, it'll
Spring's greatest middle distance runner.
So that point where you have like, say,
I tell you what though, Nice Nature. Speaking of which, Nice Nature, underrated Uma. She's not only good for debuffing the whole field, she's actually pretty damn fast. Keep that in mind when you're doing builds for her. You can give her some debuff skills. Don't give her a whole lot. And you'll see what I mean. You give her the right debuff skills, and she's almost unbeatable. That's what people don't want to tell you about her. Move remains great. But we still gotta win another G1 race. Since February Stakes. Usually I win that race every single time. But I don't know how I came in fifth with the stats I got for a mile race. Like, you know?
Got a little mess up there, but I don't think our summer campaign is going to be too good. I just have a feeling. With 2-speed, it's definitely more RNG dependent, whether or not you get some like nice rainbows. And no one is on mile. Well, Lucius on.
We'll do Tyler Keenan next.
I do want to know that.
We'll
Yeah.
skip the
Okay,
mile
I'll be
races.
moving tight unless we get someone else to go on mile. But in that case, I probably should have looked why my mile team was X. I'll go to summer training camp, it is fine. That would have been nice to take, but I was an idiot. It's fine. We can definitely take
training
that.
for now.
I hope we get some, like, wit. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna take the wit. Team B, take the power, and then we take another
Till
wit
the oil.
training. And
Oh, let's till the fields. Yeah, I know, bro.
Perfect. A little late for that though, but this
Wait.
is sometimes just how the
1,
cup
2,
goes. And we'll
3.
take this, we'll gamble it the first as well. Migraine blues. I
We'll
would
see.
like to,
We'll
but
see on
I'm going
turn
to
3
redo.
here.
Take
I
the
think
top
that's
option. It really doesn't
only
make
3 turns,
sense.
right?
Take
This
the
is
bottom
turn
option
4. Okay.
and we'll gamble that.
We're risking the biscuit for the whole career mode. All right. Oh, double.
Give us a burst. I would like to take that, but it's also probably better that I don't. I'm going to. He has been very good. If you haven't seen, I think at the time.
Next time I add Tazuna in the run for one of those power cars, just to lower the cost of the training.
By the way, we have a Discord. I'll leave a link in the description. Join if you'd like to talk about Umamasume or need some help with builds or anything like that. We are usually very, very active in that, so consider joining. Anyway, we have
We'll take that for the Unity Cup training because, you know, only one more turn. Yes. But we're going to go back. Actually, let me see the predictions because I don't ever watch these anymore, but okay. Top contender is always a good sign. I'm gonna go back here.
But this technically it's alright. The raffle was
You better show me. We'll give her a Kiss of Courage because the only precursor to activating Kiss of Courage is to activate a skill that will recover endurance at any point during mid race. So I mean, you could use this, right? So I'm saying sitting off pace from on a corner in the second half of the race, but I find trying to use this hill skill on a medium track or a mile track a little bit more difficult, actually, right? Because like with a mile track, there might only be one turn, really, you know. It might really only be a turn and a half, to be fair. Um, Even though they try to fit 2 turns in every race, it doesn't happen that way all the time because the tracks are just naturally not set up that way. And again, this game is based in IRL, not just some made up universe. Even though all the characters are made up, their characters' builds are based off their real horse
on
opposites.
allowance.
So with that being said,
More speed and
we'll give
power.
her navigation maybe. I might take that back and give her a shrewd step or a straight pursuit.
So that'd be good to get on here, please. Sprint corners though, that is good.
Yeah, let's do. We'll hold off on that. We'll give her shoot step and straight descent and tack tweak.
This is better to take. I do hope we get another burst up soon.
Because I do see that she tends to drift towards the back of the pace chase pack, right near the mid race. So with that in mind, we give her that ability, and it should allow her to get to the front of the pace pack, which would make winning a lot easier. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and watch this.
Got one hit for everything else. We will just slam speed, and then probably win, seeing if we have enough stats at the end. I need to see what the race friends is. But we still win that. Not convincingly, but we still win it. Plus 9, so I think we should get plus 14 for race bonus in the URAs. This is more stats, so I'm going to take it. But I do want to hit max speed. We'll see if my brain was working. Plus 14. Alright. Hopefully it's speed. Yeah, we're going to take that. Now, we should get very close. I guess we'll just take wherever the last burst is and see how that goes. It's plus 14, plus another 14. Okay, yeah, we will hit max speed. I can't believe we didn't get gears. Yes, which is better. This is technically better anyway. We will max up the speed a little bit, not optimally, but that is fine. We have enough of stats for everything else.
Right now, we're using our skill. Now look at this. She's a front runner. We've already used our skill to break out of we essentially broke out of the pace chaser pack right here at Measure Dodo, which is also passing the front runner now. Now we only got the NPC front runner to deal with coming up on the final turn. Turn number 3, we're entering now. We are sliding into first place on the outside, carrying a lot of speed, with Measure Dodo creeping up on the inside. And looks like Air Groove is making a move from the back, right behind Grass Wonder. Looks like they're working together to try to get to the front. Measure Dodo sneaks up on my outside on turn number 4 as we turn to hit the final back stretch. How's it gonna play out? Who's gonna win? Well, who knows? I honestly, like seriously, you can't know if you're gonna just win right away. But sometimes you have a pretty good indication. If you have a lead going into the final turn, there's a good chance. It's a good chance. But there's also just as likely a chance that your character, for whatever reason, doesn't activate one of their skills, and then they kind of die and then get boxed. Because if Mizra Doda had kept coming and my character died, technically, not like literally died, but like her stem just gave out for whatever reason or whatever, she didn't activate a skill, then Mezro would have slipped in front of me and then literally just blocked me.
I will just go ahead and buy all the skills here, right-handed, as in front runners, sprint corners, huge lead, plan X, intimidate, stop right there, mile straightaways, mile corners, acceleration, unyielding spirit, sympathy.
But we hit that 5 point.
So
Instead of getting minus 15 or minus 20 every single race, if you hit the bottom, I'm not really sure if it's just random that you get it, but I feel like if you win, you should be able to get that. You see what I'm saying?
Calculator was perfect, right on that. So I guess I'm smarter than I look. But that will be that for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my friend for lending me his account so I can show you that S ranking, at least if you purely care about just getting that S rank, is very doable with a free-to-play account. If you did enjoy, please consider hitting that like
All right,
button
we are looking
and
great for this
subscribing.
race.
And
We
if you're
got double
mobile, hit
circles
the
and
hype
circles
button.
in
That
general
helps a lot. And I'll see
with
you in the
only
next one.
one hollow triangle. So it's good for us.
Today's Umamasume video, I want to talk about CM6.
We only won 2 races. That's not good.
And all that good stuff.
Even though our training was up to par, we still only won 2 races. It can happen. That doesn't mean our career run is over. It just means it made it a little bit harder. That's it. Just a little bit.
Content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll go ahead and get started with this video or this little discussion. So with CM6,
All right,
this
so
is one
boom.
that
Hey, that's some good training. That's some good training. That's also good training in the fact that there's a bulb complete and we could cause 2 more to fill. But this is better because first of all, we need the speed. And then second of all, everybody's getting trained at once. So that's actually going to put us in a better position for the Unity that's coming up at the end of the year, right here, late December. So we know how many turns we got left, really. Um, and that's pretty much how I've been judging it. Like I like to leave it sitting on my scheduled race list, mostly because the log is always just rolling right through every single training. The sparks, you know what your sparks are, and you need to know what races are coming up. You can schedule months ahead now. You can schedule out the whole career if you want. Um, and it's really nice because it's like a turn calculator. You can literally see how many turns you have left to do anything, so you don't start too late on building whatever it is that you're trying to build, whether it's stam, width, speed, whatever. I know my width is low. I seen that. Um, Actually, with my width being so low, I will take this one because it's a double training and it's a bulk fill. And with that being said, another bolt pops up. It pops up in stam. It's not the best place I wanted it to be, but actually it does help a lot because we don't really, we don't have any step cards. Like if we look at our career profile, we got 3 power, 3 speed, right? So we don't have any step cards. So, and the summer levels at level 5 automatically. So, can do that. Then we're gonna get 20 more speed because we got plenty of power. Right? Without the 20 speed, our power and speed would literally be the same within 3 points. So I'm gonna heal here. Speed again. Okay. Okay. Got another bolt bust as well. But we are going to go speed. Because we are getting late in the year and I need to get that up to 1,000. But I will take this. Alright. Skills. Fist of Courage, because I didn't give myself that last time due to giving myself the other small skills that I needed, or I think I needed. I don't like to wait to the end of the run and give myself skills. I don't know. To me, it's too uncomfortable to do the whole run without buying skills. I probably could. Again, to me, it feels wrong. You know, it feels wrong. Also, I feel like it's a better habit to first of all know what you're gonna want your character to have, and then as your career progresses, go ahead and pick up those skills as they come along. Because one thing I've noticed throughout the career is it's like when you buy one skill, the other skills get discounts, and the more you buy it once, obviously the bigger a discount can be. But if you buy them every couple races or 3 races, it's about the same. So, but that's up to you.
With less burning, itching, and pain, moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Imagine being a million miles away.
In Umamasume, there are only two things that matter. If my boss daughter is happy, and cards. And I'll spend a lot of money getting good cards. So today I'll be starting a brand new account and seeing how well I can do in the Healing Cup. So I'm going to choose what it would be like if I were to start playing today. I'm very used to having very, very good cards and having basically everything in the game like that as possible. So I'm going to see what I can get.
And we win. And we beat Team 2. Lost against Kakan, but Tosho, the end closer over here, miracle worker. Beats glass. Or glaze, I mean. I don't know why they call her like they her name is Glaze, but like they spelled her name Glass. They could have just put G like literally Glaze, like Glaze. That would have been cool. And so as you see, even though we lost the race, which we fucking shouldn't have, some bullcrap. Because that loss kept us from jumping up the S rank right then, and our stats would have been higher. But that's okay because we ended up beating them anyway. So they gave us a little stat boost right there at the end of the race. As you can see right here, we come back and our speed is now 984, and our power is now 933, and our stamina is over 600. So what we're gonna do here is just heal or rest, I should say. Of course, we get the S rank now because we didn't have it before, and we beat Team Zenith with a quote unquote weaker team. Um, it's not that the team was weaker; it's the distance that we were setting up to run. So remember when I was picking on my cards, I put everything on pace, right? Well, there are no pace long runners except Measure of Lightning, and we didn't use any of her cards. All the other pace chasers are medium racers and mile racers. So, oh, and sprint racers because uh, Taiki shuffle. So everything before medium we can have locked in for sure, or everything before long, medium down we can have locked in, but doesn't mean you're gonna win all of them. As you can see, we have four double circles, and one triangle, and we ended up only winning 3 races. So still don't, you know, I don't know why they do that to us, but I'm just a humble gamer over here. I'll give her playtime is overrated. Max discount. That's a good skill. And you qualify. No problem.
Next one, what is it? Tamamo. Okay, so it's ULB on Tamamo. Oh, and SSR. Right shower. Okay. Not bad.
All right. Got double rainbow with another training as well. That'll give us +2. Yeah, that double rainbow and then +2 with the training individuals here. Boom, boom. That does look good. So we're going to take that at 46. I mean 48 because I can't fucking read. See if we got any skills in here we can use. Nothing but front runner skills and subdue skills, which not a big fan of those skills. I will use sometimes I'll put 1 on a character, maybe 2, but I'm not gonna I don't run debuffers, so I can. I don't see the point in it. They're not that effective, and it takes up a slot. So and oftentimes it hurts the person that's doing the debuffing because when they slow everybody down, then it runs their characters are slowing down into his characters or her characters. Like or is it in your own characters? So then you end up boxing yourself, which, hey, not my strategy. I wouldn't use that strategy. Ooh, look, we got another double rainbow back to back. And this one says it's 50. Because we got 3 trainees training for the Unity Cup, which is already done. Kind of hilarious. I'm glad they left that in there through the end of the career. So now we get 50 instead of, it will only be, without the 3 trainings, it'd be 40. So we'll take that. As long as she doesn't fail. Oh yeah, we have not failed any trainings this run. That's another important thing. We just failed that one Unity race. I still don't agree with that result. I don't. I feel like we should have won that race, at least 4 of them. Anyways, because if we did, our speed would be like 11:35 right now, and our power would be, well, 10:23, and 6:57, whatever. You get it. Come over here to get some skills. Give her beeline burst.
LV, it would be beneficial for us to get the bond and training.
Yeah.
Wanted, if we're building a miler, to have wit instead of the power card, but since the circumstances made it this way, I'm going to do this power build. And we'll take this one here from Rico. Getting the bond up is very important. You would probably use Rico, either if you had a MLB R or even like the one LB SSR and you borrow Kita-san, but I'm gonna use something in the deck without Kita-san. Apparently that won't bite me later, but we will see. We'll take this here. Even though Rico is green and Rico has already shown up.
Look, calm. Yeah. The name is, I like that name. Little Cookon.
I would have expected it to hit, but it is whatever.
She activated in the early race. It's an anytime skill. I thought that was a mid-race skill. Somebody hit a debuff on us. I bet it was Kakan. I bet you.
Just because it's so low.
We are, phew, we are keeping a distance on everybody important. And we're just picking up spots. We just picked up 2 more spots. Happy Meek on the outside, making a move. We pull up on the outside as well. We block Top Gun. Sand Sky gets blocked by Top Gun herself. And the NPC. So that leaves us just all alone up here. Whew. Power, baby. More power, baby. More power. More power, baby. Oh, yeah. See, I knew feeling a little bit better today was going to pay dividends. 8 links, bro. Almost finale to finale at distance. That's not even close. So Glaze was 8.5 back, and Little Cocon the late surger or end closer. I don't know what she is because sometimes she'd be at the very back and sometimes she'd be like near the back but not at the very back. Anyways, eight links. And she was those two were the closest. All right, boom, boom. Give me those stats. Okay, 10 wit. Boom, boom, boom. I don't care. Yeah. Cool down, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. And boom. And this is probably my favorite Guri so far. Until I can start 1200 stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's my favorite one so far. I think for medium, this would be fine. Like, I think it'll be fine. We'll see.
This whole thing was a waste of money.
They picked everything up really quickly. Windex for the win.
Let's do this.
Targeted sounds for your track. We need a clapper stand. I like that. A little reverb on it. You guys have seen me use co-producer in so many cool ways. You can try it yourselves for 7 days.
Five no skills. We are at the very last position, coming around to the last corner. Just dueling middle tag. Hopefully acceleration can pop, and then we can okay, acceleration will pop now. So hopefully you can burst in front of Beeler and Rat Shower. It might come down to the photo finish. I don't know. No, so we were just behind Rat Shower. I mean, that's not too bad, especially since I didn't buy any skills still. Losing is not what we care about. We care about getting a good rating. So I'm going to take this rainbow here. Nico can also now get us rainbows. We'll take this gamble here. First, double rainbow, you see. And we have unique cup. We will do the top.
The only reason so I have a 9 is because the wit is where it's at.
Okay, we still won, but we did lose quite badly.
I don't know how we got that. See, this is why we need to reroll at the end because this don't make sense.
That, and a rainbow. Love to see it. Later, just ran away. So we can.
Love to see it.
And that might help us during the career. Can we have the choice of a single rainbow triple or a triple with rainbows? So we're going to take that. Tama and Raz can both of that now, and one away. But now we have a burst on speed plus a rainbow, so we'll take that. And that would be nice to take, but we were just doing normal rest. I'm hoping we win this, and I shouldn't have to buy any skills. But we are still number one favorite over Diamond Scarlet, so as long as we place higher than her,
The wind is blowing out there. It's going crazy.
another win for that alcoholic horse. I'm going to take this here, even though the power will be off. I want the income trainings, and I also want the speed to go. I get team power B. Hopefully we can get team ranking S at the end of the career. I'm going to take this stand here for Xenorum. She'll get her first, and she can also finally give me rainbows. But we have our Unicup in December. Surely we can clean sweep it now. We are a rank in front. We are next on medium and triangle on long. So who's on our medium team? That does make sense. Anyway, we could win. Okay, we still didn't clean sweep, but we still won. And that is perfect for us. We'll take this double rainbow and the burst on speed. And a decent raffle, we get our move fixed, and we will take the rainbow on speed. So I want that burst to go on speed or power. I would like to gamble that, but we will rest. We get a well rested as well, so good choice to make. And we'll just take the double. And our second inspiration, hopefully, I don't think we have a Lexo spark in there. It's fine. No flowery maneuver, it's not too bad. I don't think we can hit that much with that little speed, but I could be wrong. We have a double rainbow on power, so we will take that. We're going to
Shannon effectiveness 10%. Special tail priority 50. This one is not a bad one. Friendship bonus 20%. Guts bonus. Training effectiveness 10%. Initial guts 25. Initial friendship gauge 25. Race bonus. Fan bonus. And specialty priority is a 50. And this is the card they give you for the event. Well, well, well.
And I'm going to keep it that way, hopefully. This which is the one. I am just going to actually take the recreation with Rico and we'll go straight into the yesterday can. And we get the 3 hits Russian Gale as well, so that's wonderful. But we shouldn't have to buy it. Again, like usual, late surging, we're back in the pack, coming around to the final corner. So we're doing, we should run up now, and we just need acceleration to hit. Get the win over on the floor. We don't need to need acceleration. That is
Alright,
just
guys.
a clear cut victory.
That's my run build for a grade cap.